from what you're saying, it's okay to go ahead and apply to schools that I would get in with my current GPA and scores, and then just wait on the January test to apply to some of the more competitive schools I'm looking at.
That sounds okay to me. I just probably wouldn't actually apply until you have your January result back, because I would want them to consider you with your January score, assuming it's going to be higher. I think it makes a better first impression if they see that higher score from the beginning.
Okay. Would they say I get in, that is something that they will consider later for scholarships, or is it kind of hit or miss, like depending on the school?
Scholarships are always going to be hit or miss depending on the school, but a few points above the median is going to be the thing that makes the biggest difference. I wasn't sure I fully understood your question though, so would you mind like repeating it or reframing it in a certain way, if you can?
Yeah. So I just noticed like some schools, like the reason why I even considered applying before the January is that some of the schools I'm applying to, like my second and third, December 31st is a scholarship deadline.
Oh, okay.
So as I was like, man, like should I apply now? I will get in, like I'm like at their medians, and I feel like I could do better, but it might be best to apply with the current just to be in their scholarship like pool of applicants. So I guess I was saying, as long as I hit that deadline for them in retake in January, would that be something that they would consider the January score, or is it just pretty much up school to school kind of basis?
Oh, I understand now. So yes, of course, to be considered for that particular scholarship program, you got to apply by the deadline, no question about that. But I can't say they would consider your January LSAT score if you've already applied earlier. I would ask them, but that's a school specific program thing. I wouldn't be able to answer that one.
Okay. Yeah, I guess the last question I have for you is, once you do get that acceptance letter from a school, is there a typical time frame to let them know whether or not you will be attending?
I can't say there's a typical one. That's going to depend school to school, cycle to cycle, but they'll be sure to let you know the deadline. They want those answers.
Yeah.
And you can push back a little bit, especially if you're waiting to hear from another school that you're more interested in. That would certainly give you a reason to wait.
Okay.
Those deadlines are not fixed. They'll say it's fixed, they'll present it as fixed, but everything's a negotiation. As a future lawyer, feel free to negotiate politely, but give them your reasons for doing so.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Thanks for tuning into the show. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already to be notified of new episodes as I release them. And feel free to reach out if you need anything at all as you move forward with your prep. I'm happy to help however I can. In the meantime, I wish you all the best and take care.